So what do you know about HTML5?
HTML5 is currently using the latest version of the HTML. Uh,
Okay, what are the features we have in HTML5? Like newly added features?
හයි ෆෝක්ස් කොහොමද ඉතින් වත් මේ දවස්වල ඉන්ටර්වියු එකක් බලන් ඉන්න කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ග්‍රැජුවේට් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම නැත්නම් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් තියෙන ඩෙවලොපර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම ගොඩක් ලොකු ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් වෙයි කියලා හිතනවා මේ වීඩියෝ සීරීස් එක මීට අමතරව ඉන්ටර්වියුස් වලදී අහන මේන් කන්සෙප්ට්ස් එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරලා මම සිංහලෙන් වෙනම වීඩියෝ සීරීස් එකක් කරගෙන යනවා ඉතින් ඒකත් බලන්න ඒ වගේම මොක් ඉන්ටර්වියු එකකට පාර්ටිසිපේට් කරන්න ඕන නම් පල්ලෙහින් කමෙන්ට් එකක් දාන්න channel එක subscribe කරලා දිගටම සෙට්ලා ඉන්න
Do you know about doc type? What it does by doc type? The word.
Doctor,
Yeah, doc type. Have you seen a tag like doc type in the HTML5?
the start of the HTML, we can
So
write,
what it does? Do you have any idea? Like
it's some important.
uh, that is not correct. Actually, it says the version of the HTML. So for HTML5, we are using the doc type. So you can learn more about it. So have you heard about semantic tags in HTML?
Semantic. Mm, we can normally every time use the tag, but we can use a paragraph tag for the other tag section tags using semantic tag. It's more user friendly to type codes.
Can you name
Use
some semantic tags here?
the paragraph tag and the section tag, um, H2 tag,
Actually, it's
option.
come again.
Uh, on some meaningful text that
Yeah,
don't
that
do
that
the div tag, we can use it like like the road paragraph tag using.
It's not 100% correct. Like we have some dedicated tags for the semantics. Like I think it's better you can learn more about it. Like so, we have some advantages as well using with these semantics tags. Do you know about any like advantages using these tags? Like
It's when you say search of it's search of it's used in the search in the optimization of things.
okay, all right, okay. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between inline elements and block level elements in HTML?
Mm. Inline elements are like alternative tab, alternative and the class block element we have separately reduced that also.
Uh, that is not correct. You can learn about that as well. So, how can we create an ordered list and unordered list in HTML?
We can order list and put it uh, oil and under the oil starting the oil and closing the into the list li and
Mm,
unordered list we can start it UL and the list li.
that's correct. Yeah. So, have you heard about the alternative text?
Yeah,
So which
alternative.
for which tags we are using alternative tag, alternative attribute, and how we
Image
are using? Yeah,
sometimes images are loading, we can use alternative to the image rendering fast loading time. It is.
I didn't get the last part. Can you come again?
When loading, it's appear it reduce the loading time.
Okay. So what is the
It's clearly
purpose?
a user can understand what is the what the picture is.
Yeah, partially correct. Actual reason is like if something happened for the network or something, like if the image is not loading for that user, we are displaying that text. That's what we call alternative text. So that's the main purpose. Okay. Do you know about empty tags? Like, have you used any empty tags?
The, the latest version of the React I use when detective person in the component screen.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, in HTML also we have some empty tags. So I think you can learn more about it. So I'll jump into CSS now. So what are the ways we can add CSS to a HTML document?
You can add inline styles and separate styles and in line you can separate file to and import in the external side. See,
So you are saying we have only two ways.
one way and the one way is here.
Yeah,
We can put it CSS in the top of
yeah, yeah. Partially correct. All right. So like if we have an external style sheet or and as well as if we have some inline style, so what it takes by the browser, I mean if we have both.
it's the another programmer you should understand clearly. Didn't understand clearly. It's a lot of program in the single page. There are a lot of when you're adding the CSS is a lot of program. It's have to identify what are the CSS. We can put it in a separate file. We can easily identify solve that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like I'm asking if we have both, what takes the priority, like what styles will be applied to the elements. We have styles in the external file and we have some inline styles, so what it takes.
It is some compile time.
Okay, I think you can learn more about that. So we have some order. We call it specificity. So you can learn more about that as well. What is the difference between paging and margin? Have you used them?
Uh, uh, yeah, paging we can uh, put a space around the element up and down, margin the border of the uh, paging, next margin and the border.
Okay, so like if we need to like give some space, like for example, if we have two divs, I need to give some space in between. So what will be the best thing, margin or padding?
And margin.
Margin. Okay. So what will be like what it will happen if we give minus values for margin and padding?
Uh, so sir,
If we
minus
give
value.
minus values for margin and padding,
Yeah.
what will happen?
Uh, we can it inside the inside margin is some when plus is outside the take space is outside when you put the minus we take it the inside space.
So can we give minus values for padding? Is anything happening there?
Uh, can we use some minus value regarding?
Yeah.
Uh, yes sir.
So what happens if we use minus values?
It's when we add the inside space is index.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, we can move to the other question. So, have you heard about Flexbox?
No, just
So, what are the uses? Like, why we are using Flexbox?
we can use it's a, we can get a responsive with using flex source. It's only we can set it in a row or columns. We can same using rows or columns. We
Okay,
can
so
grid to use this grid use the same use column and rows.
okay, so do you think like grid and Flexbox behaves in the same way? Like, then why we have two different things? So, do you know any
Yeah,
difference?
yes, there are some difference. Exercises we can only put in a row or column, but in grid we can use row and column as same
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. That's correct.
simultaneously.
Okay, so can you explain the difference between display none and visibility hidden?
Display none usually hidden.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, Display none is so automatically when the image is see shown in the pages that is automatically we can without and visibility hidden mean right.
so with the display none, can we see the element in the browser, in the user interface?
Yes,
Okay, okay. You can learn more about that. So I'll jump into JavaScript. Can you tell me the difference between like, okay, first, do you know about like how can we create a variable or a constant in JavaScript?
um, we can use var to create variables.
Any other keywords?
Let so
Okay. Hmm. So what is the difference between var and let? You have to learn more about this area. Like it's uh, like a basic mechanism we have in JavaScript. We have main differences in this wallet and const. So it's related to the scope. So you have to learn more about that, right? Do you know about scopes in JavaScript? Like scopes?
um,
Okay, so you can learn more about this scopes. And okay, so let's say I have an array. Like how can I add new elements to this array in JavaScript? Do you know any inbuilt methods? Okay, okay, no worries. Uh, so can you tell me the difference between set timeout and set interval?
uh, the set timeout we can put a one it's a not, not between 1 second or 2 seconds. And the interval is 1 second to 2 second or 5 seconds during the interval. You can
Actually, it's not correct. Like we have two, like that's for two things. Like set timeout, like we have a different purpose. Set interval, we have a different purpose. So I think you can learn more about that as well. So have we used the map function in JavaScript?
map function.
Yeah, map
Yes,
or
yes.
for each, like,
Filter.
yeah, filter. So can you explain the difference between map, filter, for each, reduce, those
Hmm.
things?
We can in the array we can what are the elements we can separately print or something with using map. In the filter we have some condition to filter the gradient to something using filter.
Okay. All right. Do you know about the event loop in JavaScript? Okay, that's also a main concept we have in JavaScript. You can learn more that later about the event loop as well. So I'll jump into React now. Are you familiar and do you have any experience with React?
Yes.
Okay. So what is React and what are the advantages we have with React?
Uh, React is a React created by the Facebook, and it's have a normal HTML have a DOM, but it has a virtual DOM to first daily commands are stored on the virtual DOM, and then it run was uh, React.
Okay, what is virtual DOM?
Um, the DOM is the main part of the creating the child and the commons. Commons the main part of the React is the components, functional components. So we can create a virtual DOM for them. And, we can easily inbuilt inside the component and the component set. We can using virtual DOM to first initialize the React first initialize the virtual DOM, then finalize
So why we are
what's happening.
using virtual DOM? Like we have the real DOM, we can use that. No. So why do you think we like? Why they have used virtual DOM? So there is a story behind this concept. Can you explain it? Like what is the advantage we can have with using a virtual DOM?
The DOM, we can set the HTML tag inside the it's a paragraph tag inside the div tag in the paragraph type. The it's a tree table, same as it's easy to Visual DOM is to identify which components have which things.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. So what is the difference between state and props?
Mm, the props we can share the we can share in the updates we can the child components we can easily pass the child components functions. We can put in the parent class for each we are using props, and we can get those function another child. And state we can uh, don't need to load the page. We can when user is some action button click or something, that a particular action is only happen without rendering refreshing the page.
Okay. So how you can use the state? Like, so have you used class components or functional components?
Function components.
So in functional components, how did you manage this state?
Um, we can like when we're using it, count and set count, and we can put a initial initial point in the use state, and we can set it the count, and we can change with set count.
Yeah. So, all right. So it's the use state hook, right? You have to answer that you like use state hook. So that's how we can access manage like manage the state in the functional component. So it's use state hook, right? So any other hooks you have used in your projects?
It's a reference group, and it's a choose effect group.
I didn't get you.
Reference hook and this effect use effect hook.
Use effect. Have you
Use
used
effect and the use effect and the use reference.
use ref? Okay. So what does the use effect do?
Use effect when it's have a some particular time or something, and at that time, uh, all the time it's not rendering. At the particular time it's there, and the time it's rendering. And
Okay. Okay. So can you explain the life cycle of the React components? Have you heard about the React life cycle?
what about life cycle? What uh,
Okay. Yeah, you can learn more about that. And have you heard about prop drilling in React?
pro- sorry?
Drilling? Okay. All right. Have you used React Router?
Yes, I'm using to route the page, one page to another page, sign in page to login page to sign in page,
Yeah, yeah,
using
that's
the
correct.
route router.
Okay. So what are higher order components?
Mm. We can must um, do that component functions.
Mhm.
Function.
That's not correct. You have to learn about the higher order functions as well. So we have a special mechanism there. And okay, so you told that we can pass data from parent to children's in React, right?
Uh, then oh, that,
In,
yes.
you use props for that, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So then, like, is it possible to pass data from children to parent?
Yes. We can use when pass the one children to another children. We can use to first we put in the parent, then we get in another. We using props to another check.
Like,
When first,
so I think you didn't get the question. So we have parent, and inside we have child, right? So how can I pass data from these children to the parent?
can pass the data, the function to the deliveries of the parent.
Okay, I think you know something, but the answer is not complete. Like we are using callback functions to pass data from children to parent. I think you can learn more about that as well. Okay. So have you used memo hook or use callback hook?
I heard that one. When scrolling, it's it's kind of sometimes it's loading the image or something. It's managed that would manage that.
Like we are using like use memo, use callback for different purposes. I think you have to learn uh, more about that. So, like, have you handled the API calls in your React projects?
Yes,
So, what did you use?
I'm using Axios too.
Axios. Okay. So, how did you call those endpoints and get the data with Axios? Get or post, update, like anything?
Yes, I'm using Gitpost, Gitpost
Mhm.
delete.
Okay. Do you see any difference with the uh, default fetch API and the Axios? Do you know like the fetch API in JavaScript we have inbuilt fetch method to use for the API handling? Oh,
Separately use. I'm using in the same code. Separate. I didn't use
no
different.
worries. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. All right. So, do you know about the PO components?
We can use those components any. Sometimes we can use logout same as any pages. We can use the same component to another pages.
Okay. I think I'm done with the theory-based questions.